lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Barbara not Barbara Jean's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you. I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat.
I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Hey everybody, welcome to Ranting with Ricardo. We are here to talk about what them soaps. But before we get into all of that, because this episode was a little messy, I'm talking about real messy. And girl, if y'all gonna do some fancy footwork to have somebody fall out the window, can y'all teach the girls how to fall correctly? Okay, you gotta teach the girls how to fall. I know we watching soap operas. I know this is a soap opera and it's gotta be overly dramatic, but make the girls fall correctly. But before we get into that, make sure to hit that subscription button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be updated about all the great things going on over here, okay? And make sure you hit those links in the description box down below. Vote.gov, vote.org. I'm going to have a community tab post up hopefully very soon. By the time this comes out, y'all probably won't see it, but for the people who have seen the community tab post and for the people who watch this, check the community tab so you can check to see, you know, if I saw a post on Instagram where they were giving off the dates where you need to go, deadlines to register to vote. So I'm going to put that on my community tab so y'all can have that. So go check that out. And you know, just make sure you register to vote. Make sure you go vote. You check everything on the ballots. Don't just fill out a couple of bubbles and be like, I'm done. No, you got to fill out your entire ballot. And let's be clear on something. If your voting rights weren't important, if you voting wasn't important, if you giving your one little vote did not matter, they wouldn't be trying to snatch your rights away. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, let's get into them soaps. So we get more Christina, Molly, TJ drama. TJ's talking to his mom at the hospital and he's like, oh, Christina's trying to steal our baby. Christina's trying to steal our baby. Christina's this, Christina's that. And Molly is the same way too. And she's having lunch with Sam and everything. And she tells Sam all this stuff. And she also tells Sam about how Ava has subpoenaed Christina to speak in the hearing on her behalf. I'm just going to say this. Let's sum up this whole TJ, Molly, Christina whole debacle. TJ, you've never liked Christina. You haven't liked her in years. You were right. Y'all should have had somebody else donate eggs and y'all should have had somebody else be your surrogate. But you didn't do it and you went along with what Molly did, wanted. So boom, here we are. But let's be clear on something. Molly told you, and everybody says this, the moment you try to tell Christina or force her into doing something, she's going to do the opposite and she's going to dig her heels in order to prove to y'all that I could do this on my goddamn self. So you keep trying to force her hand. It was never a situation of she has to terminate her rights. Y'all always told her she would be relinquishing her rights. No one said anything about terminating, but the moment y'all don't like the word that she used on a Perez Hilton interview where she was trying to protect y'all privacy instead of breaking HIPAA and putting your business out on Front Street and having people on social media drag y'all and dog y'all and do all that stuff, now she's the biggest problem. You've never liked her and you constantly went at her and did the opposite of what Molly told you to do. Everybody told you to leave that girl alone. Everybody told you to leave her alone. It was supposed to be a stress-free pregnancy. And you, her father, Ava, and a slew of other people have helped add on to that stress. Constantly going at her, constantly telling her what she can and can't do. It's just like, come on now. She's pregnant. Give her time. So once again, you're constantly doing these things on top of every time you and Molly fight, Molly runs to Christina and cries in her arms and tells her y'all business. So that is where she got in her head that y'all was going to break up sometime soon, sometime in the future, and sometime quick, fast, in a hurry. So boom. Now here we are. You're worried about Christina keeping the baby, and it's just like, well, we wouldn't be here had you left her alone. All you had to do was let the pregnancy be stress-free. Get her a little kale salad, get her a little green juice, get her a little water. Ask her if she want to go to some mommy and me classes. Ask her if she want to go to some birthing classes. Just be cool, calm, and collected. And everybody would agree with you if she tried to keep the baby after y'all did everything to make this pregnancy smooth. Then she definitely would have been the bad guy. But no. You're the bad guy in this situation because you've hated her for I don't know how long, but it just shows. And then you accuse Alexis of not loving Molly as much as she loves Christina. And it's just like, seriously? That's where we're going? So you're going to try to isolate Molly from her mama? Is that what's happening? Because people are telling you to back off and give that lady some space. Once again, it's supposed to be a stress free pregnancy, but you just can't let it happen. You, her daddy, Ava, Scott, y'all just can't let this happen. Okay. Um, Sam tells Molly, listen, she ain't gonna keep that baby. You just gotta, give her some space and all that stuff. So, boom, they taken care of. We move on. Brooklyn tells Lois about Sunny offering to bankroll a label for her. And, Lois has her, reservations. She believes in Brooklyn and that Brooklyn can do it. And eventually she's like, okay, I'm all for it. I support you. She go down to the coffee shop, Fazzulo's, I forgot the name of it, but she goes to see Sunny and she wants to ask Sunny, for real, is this going to be a clean operation or a dirty one? I'm trying to protect my kid. And once again, Sunny feels like somebody's against him, and Lois is not trying to go against him. But Lois, like the rest of the world who actually pays attention and does the research and becomes educated, because Lois is very educated, points out that those who forget history, those who don't pay attention to it, are doomed to repeat it. And the last time you bankrolled a label, you was cleaning money through said label and got the FDB and the I to come down on them quick, fast, in a hurry. And we saw everything else that happened. A lot of people were the casualties of it. So she had every right to ask if this was a clean operation. Now, mind you, before she came and saw Sunny, because he was about to throw her out too. Before she came and saw Sunny, Sunny was in the office with Christina. Christina came down there, told him Ava subpoenaed her to, speak on his behalf, on her behalf, and to talk about what happened at the wedding and how she didn't want to do it. And Sunny was like, you have to. But like, you can't ignore a subpoena, but you won't have to testify. Why? Because Sunny is having Brick's people take constant pictures of Ava's room. So he knows that Ava and old boy were together last night. He knows that old boy was still there today, and he wants to know her comings and goings. So he about to use this against Ava. And it's also not gonna help that there are pictures of what happened in that room about what happened at the end of the episode. So Scott shows up and he was like, I'll see you, talking to Christina, I'll see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow. You have to give a deposition, so you can't lie and perjure yourself. And she's like, why are you doing this to me? And he was like, I'm not doing anything to you. No, you are doing something to her, because y'all constantly want to take Sunny down and you don't care how you do it. So you are reveling and using his children against him no matter what the circumstances are. Did anybody ever tell y'all to leave pregnant people alone and just let them have peaceful pregnancies? I guess people don't like to let pregnant women, pregnant people have peaceful pregnancies, given the fact that they are getting as close to death as they possibly can, carrying a baby and giving birth to one. Y'all just don't care. Justice for the pregnant people, okay? Because this is just a mess. Every time a person get pregnant on GH, they get thrown over something, thrown down something, thrown out a window, stressed out, babies taken, pushed down some stairs. Y'all can never have a good time around there, okay? Baby swaps. It's a mess. So Scott is telling him, Sonny, after Christina walks up out of there, hey, you trying to keep Ava from visitation is not going to happen. She's going to be seeing Avery this weekend. You're going to have to deal with it. And after I'm through with you, the only time you'll see Avery is through some binoculars. So get ready to say adios to Avery. And it's just like, Scott, you big boasting about what's about to happen, but you don't realize that your client is playing with fire, hot like fire. Okay, listen, I want to do the whole choreography from the remix up out of here. She playing with fire. Sonny knows this. You don't know this, but we know this. Speaking of Ava playing with fire, so Ava and Trina are having a meeting in her suite. Out walks fake Jagger with his brittle hair like a Popeye's biscuit, and him shirtless, double ill. And Trina was like, oh, girl, this is messy. Let me go ahead and get up out of here. So Ava was like, you need to put some clothes on. You can't be walking around here like you own the place. Like, last night was last night. Today is today. You got to go. And he was like, I don't want to be walking around with you either. And it's just like, oh, that's cute. Men are Ava's downfall. She let a man come through and he just wrecked shop and she's left to pick up the pieces. She got to stop that. Girl therapy works wonders. So they go on having their little banter, they flirting, and she was like, "You need to take your bags too." And he was like, "I'm going to work. It's unbecoming of me to just drag my bags everywhere with me." So he puts his stuff in his duffel bag, puts the duffel bag right there by the window, and he leaves after slapping her on the butt and told her he'd come by later to get his stuff. Gives him another reason to come on and slide all up and through Ava, and it's just like, ill, 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 ill. Blaze and her mama have a conversation after Blaze has a conversation with Brooklyn about the record label, and they have that talk, blah 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 blah. I don't care about the phobe. She's trying to make it up to her daughter. Blaze don't believe her, and it's point blank. And what the period? Um, Jordan told her son she gonna be there in court if he gonna fight Christina for his rights. And it's just like, cool, cool, cool. Gio down at the pool. Trina came down to the pool and told Jocelyn, "Hey, guess who I just saw up at Ava's hotel room? Who? John Case." And Jocelyn was like, "Ugh. He just tried to send my mama to jail and Ava's hooking up with him." Girl, Ava don't do nothing without a plan. She probably thinks she could use him, and that's what she plans on doing. So Christina comes into she come banging on the door of Ava's suite. She come walking in. She wasn't really invited in. I can say that she was not invited in. She come barging in like most of the girls do when they, on a mission. And her and Ava started having a back and forth. And she told her, "I'm not about to testify for you. Withdraw your subpoena." Ava told her no. She was like, "I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You don't have to testify, and you should want your sister away from your father." She started going in on Alexis, and it's just like, let's be clear on something. You are not the best mother either. You're not the best person. You and Sunny are on the same level. And I know a lot of people like, why would you say that? Let's be clear on something. The same thing people are upset with Sunny about when it came to Karen is the same thing that Ava did with Morgan. Same thing. The only difference is Ava didn't have a stone to redeem herself. She didn't. And I will admit this Sonny with Stone kind of helped redeem him a little bit in certain people's eyes. But Ava didn't have a stone. But the same thing Sonny did with Karen, besides the drugs and everything, it's the same situation. Except one got hooked on drugs and was stripping, and the other one was going into deep gambling debt and cheating on his girlfriend who was her daughter. And we all saw how that played out. At the end of the goddamn day, I can't get with what Ava is doing because Ava knows for a fact that she knew about that man's medication being tampered with and continued to go ahead and to have it tampered with more and drop it down to placebos like she did Morgan, all because she's trying to punish him for throwing her out of his penthouse and for taking Natalia to the wedding. This has never been about Avery. This is about her having get back on Sonny because he's not doing what she wants him to do. So boom. We're going back to the fact that Christina and Ava are arguing. They're going back and forth, and Christina was like, "Okay, well then check this out. If I have to tell the truth about my father, guarantee I'm going to tell the truth about you. Like how you messed with Morgan's medication and had to drop down to placebo, so he had a mental break and he ended up dying by the hands of your sister. And oh, how you killed Connie Falconeri." So this catches Ava by surprise, and she tries to grab Christina's arm. Christina snatches her arm back, and I mentioned how that duffel bag was by the window. Yes, so she did some fancy footwork, but she ended up tripping over that duffel bag and falling out one of them faulty windows. Olivia, we just gonna blame this on Nina. I feel like Nina did a whole bunch of stuff when she had the hotel, and I feel like her messing with them windows is one of it. So faulty ass window, and once again, like I said, y'all gotta teach the girls how to fall better because it was funny as hell. I'm not seeing pregnant people falling out of the window is funny. I'm just saying the way she was falling, girl, it was funny as hell. So she falls, like she goes through the window, and Ava's just standing there shocked as hell. I'm like, Ava, you should have been shocked. See the damn duffel bag? You see the damn duffel bag? And she falls out the window. Now remember, Ava's room overlooks the pool. So Christina goes through the window. Everybody at the pool sees it. Trina, Jocelyn, um, Brooklyn, Geo, Blaze, and the phobe, and the girl that was down there at the pool as well. They see her falling, and she lands in the pool. And when we get the shot from her being face down in the water because she did a full belly flop, her face is cut up and she's unconscious. Because now y'all know she did a full belly flop in the pool. She going face first, belly first, the top half of her, not the back half of her, is in that pool, she probably is, dry drowning as we speak, which is crazy. And it's just like, girl, this was a mess. And who has pictures of this whole thing? Sonny. Because he told Rick to have his people keep 24-hour surveillance on Ava and fake Jagger. He wanted to know the comings and the goings, who was coming in and out of that room. So this is a mess. This is a mess. And Ava's not to. I blame fake Jagger for putting his bag there. I blame Ava for not making him at least put the bag somewhere else. But Ava's not at fault for her falling out of that window, because Christina should have went home. She should have met up with Molly and Sam. She should have went and talked to TJ. She should have did everything but go and see Ava. But I will blame Ava for messing with that man's medication. Now, she do need to get in trouble for that, because this is the second goddamn time you done did this. And with that being said, go ahead and check that description box down below. Click those links. If you voting was not important, they wouldn't be trying to snatch your rights away. Check the community tab. I'm going to put that post up. And hit that subscription button and hit that notification bell. And I'll see y'all for another one. Bye.